Kelly here, guys. Welcome back to my mechanic. This next video is on an 04 Acura MDX with the V6 in it. It's got an AC problem. Compressor is not engaging. It's very similar to the previous Honda Civic one we did. However, this one's got a problem in a different part of the circuit. Okay, so we're going to show you a little bit of theory, how to get down to narrow it down and testing, and then we're going to remove the component and go ahead and bench test it so you can get an idea what's going on there. All right, so stick around and enjoy. All right. All right, guys, here we go. 04 Acura MDX. These are two of the three wiring diagrams. The third one, it shows for the rear air conditioning, so it has nothing to do with this problem. So that's why we only have two here, okay? And it's very simple diagram. Here's the compressor, here's the clutch relay for the compressor, and here's the PCM, and these two are the fuses that actually feed the relay, okay? So this one actually feeds the transfer circuit, which comes over here, and this one actually comes through here and feeds the electromagnet coil, okay? And then on the negative side, the driver is actually controlled by the PCM, okay? Here we go, right there, all right? So the problem we're having is that if you looked at the last video, it's a Honda Civic, but it's basically 99% the same as this, except there's a few little differences. Same thing, power transfer here, electromagnet gets energized, the contacts close, so you have power transfer here and stuff. The problem with the other one is that it was the contact points were closing, but there was no power transfer, so we know it's the relay. But on this one, there is actually voltage, so this is where the problem is here. This is where we're going to be testing right here on the vehicle. And once it's done, we're going to go ahead and bench test it, okay, on the bench, so that you're going to see that this ground here for the electromagnet is actually on the body of the compressor, and the compressor bolts down to the either the block or the bracket. Don't remember which one, but it doesn't matter. But it's bolted onto the engine, so that's how it gets its ground circuit. And this one should have power here, okay? So that's what we're gonna go do, you know. So stick around and see how it's done, all right? Here we go. 04 Acura MDX, compressor not engaging. There we go. Not engaging, not spinning at all. Right, as you can see, there's pressure in there. There we go. Condenser fan relay, cooling fan relay, and magnetic clutch relay. Okay, so compressor's still not coming on. Let's see if all the fuses are good. Nothing here, nothing there, but what we're looking for is a difference. Is it good? Now, we should look at the piece of the links. They're all there. They look like they're all there. We'll find out right now. Alright, so go ahead and we're not going to use the pliers we used last time. We're going to go ahead and see if we can hear this click when I pull it off. Nope. Oh yeah, I can hear it click. Definitely is engaging. Alright, so we'll put this aside. And we're going to test it like we did the other one. With all these two are for transfer right here, and these two are for the electromagnet, okay? So we should have one that's hot, which, there you go, it is. And we should have one that's brown, there it is. Same here, nothing. This one's hot, you can tell. So this circuit's actually open. We should be getting ground like nice, and let's see if we can find one. See this one? So there you go, see? That's ground. See a drain there? There you go. So it looks like the circuit's open. Yeah, nothing out of it. See, green, that's the driver, and this is power for the electromagnet coil, alright? Yeah, we're gonna go in there. I'm gonna do something else before I go down there that we did on the last one, just to show you what happens. I'm gonna do the jumper thing and I'll show you it won't work because the circuit's open. I don't see nothing. You have to be very careful with this. You can damage the computer if you do this. Okay, nothing. There you go, you don't hear nothing. Okay, the compressor's still not running. Still stopped down there. You can see it down there. There you go. It's not spinning, so there we are. We're going to go ahead and put a relay back. You guys can hear that, but I can hear it clicking, so whether there's power transfer or not, I don't know. However, the circuit is open, so from this point to the compressor, so we're going to go down there and check it out. Alright guys, here we go. There's the AC compressor. That's its connector up there where it's tapped into, and we're going to go ahead and put there you go, so it is being energized, and that's on the compressor side of the connector. So now we're going to do a resistance test on it, see what's going on there. Okay. The windings are most likely open. Alright, here we are with power probe. We have it hooked up there to the compressor. That's the compressor side of the connector. Good, nothing there. And here, so you guys see the whole meter. Here we are, hooked up to our meter. It's infinite, open. Alright guys, here we go. Compressor's off the vehicle now. Pretty much this is a 2-wire circuit here for the electromagnet on the clutch. It's got the positive side and the negative side. The negative side actually goes to the body. That's how it gets its ground, because it's bolted down to the engine block, so, or bracket, or wherever it's at. So it's very simple. Ground and power, that's what turns this on, okay? So here we already have it set up so we can do a resistance test. One lead of the test meter is going to be on the positive, and the other one's going to be on the negative. We have our meter set to ohms, okay? Let's see, maybe this will help. And okay, there we go. Wide open, huh? Oh, there we go. Okay, a little bit of connection. If this was still a good compressor, you don't want to stick this pin in here unless it's, you know, the same tolerance, because you could damage the actual female connector in there. But or male, or whatever. I think it's female in there. But there we are. Just watch so you don't poke your fingers. Okay. It's like we had it earlier. Not bad. So there we go. Now, as you can see, it's around somewhere around 2 mega ohms. So it's quite out of spec, I would believe. I don't know what the specs are. It's probably about 3 or 4 or 5 ohms, somewhere around there. It's pretty much a dead short. So there you go. Anything else you want to see if you know, maybe it's this connector here. See if you can wiggle it and you see it change. Let's see, huh? Something might be happening there now. I doubt it. We can actually remove this and we can actually test in there too. See the resistance in there. That would require us to do this. If you have any doubt that there's a problem with this particular connector, and see how you have a infinity. Let's see what we can get off of here. Touching the 2 leads there. Come on. Trying to get here so we can walk you guys in view. Yeah. 1 point. It's over a meg, so it's quite open. Okay, so there you go. And as I say, it's only 2 wires. Usually they say 3 wires, but it's only 2, you know. And if you it really boils down to, it's only 1. All right, so there you go, 1 wire. As you guys can see, this is a very simple system. It's only 2 wires, okay, not even 3 wires, like I usually tell you guys. Okay, 2 wires. How hard could it be, right? So now that you have an idea of what's going on there, it's very simple. I'm sure you can see it. This is very similar to the 09 Civic, I believe, video that I made earlier. So systems work very much the same. Not very many differences between them. All right, stuff might look a little different, but they basically work the same. All right, so that pretty much concludes the video. Until next time, here from our cave, our garage, Kelly here. One more thing. I hope you enjoy like I do. Yeah, there we go.